Thanks for joining us for Hope Group tonight. This is a really important thing to remember. You never really remember what you look like. I know, some of you are saying, well, I know exactly what I look like. Well, do you really? What's that on your cheek right there? No, you don't really know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. You don't really know what you look like. You think you do, but you don't really remember everything about what you look like. You say, what does that matter? Why are we even talking about that? Well, James begins his chapter, the very first chapter of James, talking about what it means to remember and know who you are spiritually. And he says it like this. He says, don't just listen to the word of God and deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word and doesn't do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in the mirror and then after looking at himself goes away and doesn't remember what he looked like. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they've heard but doing it, will be blessed in all that they do. So the difference is, are you going to live your life just as a reflection, or are you going to immerse your life in the wisdom of God? Do you want to just be like a mirror and never really do anything yourself except reflect back to God what He's saying to you? Or do you really want to immerse yourself in the wisdom of God so that you can remember on a daily basis who you were truly created to be, what you're really supposed to look like, and what your life is supposed to become? So there's a couple questions I want you to think about in your Hope Group tonight. And the first one is, how do you maintain a consistent Christian walk before God? It's not enough to just be a Sunday Christian. What does it mean to live your life consistently through the week? And make it work during the week, not just on Sunday mornings when you're around everybody and you're at church and everything's great. But what about Tuesday morning when things aren't so great and things aren't working out the way you wanted to and things aren't working the way you want them to? How does it work then? And so how do you maintain a consistent Christian walk before God? Second question is, how do you apply the laws of God's perfect wisdom and love to your lives, and how does it change how you live? Those three questions are really important when you ask yourself, who am I and what's it supposed to look like? What do I look like spiritually? So don't just ask yourself during this Hope Group what you look like physically. By the way, you don't have anything on your cheek. You're fine. I want you to ask yourself, what do you look like spiritually? Are you just hearing the word and not always doing it? Or are you hearing it and applying it to your life? And out of that, finding the very best of who you were created to be. Hope you have a great Hope Group tonight. God bless you.